As badly as I want to make like a whole giant series of videos about how and why therapy is broken and all the things that therapists do nowadays, it's driving me up the wall, and why I'm continually more and more and more embarrassed to be affiliated with this profession. I'm going to try and keep it to this concise video. Let's talk in detail about how therapy is extremely broken these days, why it's not helping anybody anymore, and mostly so I can get some of this off of my chest. I hear from people all of the time, whether it's maybe it's some of the things that I write about, through TikTok. I do videos on TikTok. Sometimes it's here on YouTube, though I don't get as much traffic here on YouTube as I used to. Whatever, I'm not that involved in it. You get what you put in, right? People tell me all the time, I went to therapy for a year, 2 years, whatever, and my life is still a disaster. And I spent all this time, all this money, and it didn't help whatsoever. And therapy is a joke. Therapy is a waste of time. More and more people are waking up to this fact. More and more people are being very, very vocal about this fact. More and more coaches are popping up who are a lot of the coaches, let's be honest. There are a lot of coaches out there who are doing a better job of helping people than a lot of therapists are now. Therapists are very against coaches. They don't like them. They're picking up their torches and pitchforks and saying, no more coaches. We need to regulate coaches. Well, maybe you're threatened by them because they're doing the work you should be doing. With all of that education and all of that training and all the testing and all the fees, all the licensing, all the blah blah blah, you should be outclassing coaches by like by miles. You should be leaving them in your dust, right? Therapists should be leaving coaches in their dust. They're not. The reason why people are turning there's a reason why people are turning to coaches. Like, it doesn't occur to them. They don't talk about this. Go, what are coaches doing? Maybe we should do something better. Maybe we should be better at our jobs. They're not. And and again, this video really is just for me to get a whole bunch of crap off my chest. If you're new here, my name's Scott. I am a licensed therapist, and I've been involved in mental health and social services for nearly 25 years now. I've been a therapist for 15 of that. Yeah. Uh, Almost to the day, 15 years I've been a practicing therapist. Most therapy now has just been reduced to basically validating your feelings and telling you to take medication. Like that's what it's been reduced to. Like it's embarrassing to see. Like, I was taking psychology classes back in 2002, 20 plus years ago, right? My education is a lot on the old school stuff, personality theory, identity theory, abnormal psych, stuff like that. I learned about like a lot of the old school therapy models, like the cognitive therapy, the REBT, the CBT, the behavioral therapy, all kinds of stuff. Like there was almost a full century of psychologists who did some amazing work, right? Like you could take all the knowledge they acquired, all the theory, all the knowledge, all the studies, all the practice from countless of these brilliant clinicians, like a set of encyclopedias. Like when I was a kid, right? For you youngins, we used to have this big giant set of books that would take up a whole long bookshelf called encyclopedias. It's just chock full of information, some of it accurate, some of it not. But it's like there's a whole giant library of psychology and behavior and counseling and therapy, right? Like huge giant library of this. And modern therapists and psychologists have basically thrown the whole thing in the dumpster. And now they're just doing two things. I wrote them down for you, right? Here's your whole manual. I know my handwriting's terrible and it's backwards. Let me read it to you. Okay. Here are my how to do therapy notes in 2026. Okay. How to do therapy. One, validate them. Two, tell them to take meds. Okay. So if you want to be a therapist, that's all you have to do now. So, regardless of what issue you bring to the couch, okay, oh, I'm struggling with anxiety. I have panic attacks. I have social anxiety. Okay, hang on. Let me go to my therapy manual. Validate them. That sounds really hard. How does that make you feel? Number two, um, have you been taking your medication? That'll be $150, please. Or I don't know, maybe you're struggling with depression, right? You walk in and you go, I just have a hard time getting out of bed. I'm having a hard time finding the motivation. I don't really have much hope for life. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta refer to my notes. That sounds really hard. I'm so sorry. That sounds really hard. What is that like for you? How does that make you feel? Okay, number two. Have you taken your medication? You should take medication. That's all they do anymore. Like again, it's like a whole giant body of things that help or like have really helped a lot of people back in the day. A lot of things that have helped them back in the day. And now that's all they do anymore. There you go. You don't even need this big thick book anymore to do therapy. That's all they do anymore. That's it. And because I'm privy to these conversations behind closed doors or online where I see other therapists, and there are therapy modalities that can really help. I mean, just depending on the issue. Okay. Not all mental health issues are created the same. Different mental health issues require different interventions. And now all they're getting is this crap. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what your mental health issue is. Oh, that sounds so hard. How does that make you feel? I'm sorry you're going through that. Have you taken your medication? Like, it depends on the mental health issue, but there are a lot of old school methods. I love cognitive therapy. I love cognitive behavioral therapy. I love REBT, which is rational emotive behavioral therapy. I love person centered therapy. All of these, and sometimes behavior interventions, behavioral therapy, are very effective, are very impactful. And you know what? You know what I hear these modern therapists, this new crop of therapists say about those old school methods that will help you. You know what they say? Those aren't validating. When? What happened? Why? I know what happened. I know what happened. It's probably it might be a controversial take. I know what happened. I know damn well what happened. But now this is what therapy is at. We just go to therapy so that they can pad your feelings and give you comforting lies. Because somewhere along the line, the therapy world decided that you were just supposed to feel good all of the time, and any difficult emotions were bad, and we should not allow ourselves to feel any of them. So what do? They just pad your feelings and validate you. Nothing gets fixed and nothing changed. Okay, folks, here's the truth. Okay, therapy is about change, and sometimes change hurts. Sometimes you have to unlearn things that are not helping you. Most of the time, the majority of the time, it's going to really help you to learn to take accountability and responsibility and full ownership of your life. Those things can be hard. They can be difficult. Yes, they can be emotionally uncomfortable. Okay. You cannot stay in your comfort zones. Okay. Getting outside your comfort zones are extremely good for you. But no. Therapy now is reduced to, oh, but that's not validating. That will make them uncomfortable. So they shouldn't do it. This is where these people are at now. And then they wonder why people don't believe in therapy anymore and why coaches are having successful careers without any schooling. And believe me, this is just one item on a whole giant list of grievances. I like because I'm kind of a history nerd and maybe a lot of things nerd, a lot of human things nerd. Like I'm reminded of the story of Martin Luther, the founder of the Lutheran religion, where he was Catholic, but he was like a priest or a monk, and like he nailed a thesis on the wall on the door of the cathedral because he'd found all these problems, these issues and discrepancies with the Catholic Church. I kind of feel like that. I have a list of grievances with the therapy world that is as long as my arm now, and it's like I frankly, honestly, I'm now embarrassed to be associated with this profession, like this once noble profession that I really believed in, where it's like they were really helping people and really getting into that human experience because human experience is a very rich one. You're supposed to feel difficult emotions. It's good for you. Think about working out, getting in good shape, getting physically healthy. It's hard. It's uncomfortable. That's what it takes. Okay. Okay. If you look through the lens of everything's supposed to be easy and it's supposed to feel good all the time, you're going to stay stuck and your life is going to be a disaster. That's the truth. But unfortunately, there are more than enough therapists out there that you can find who'll be more than happy to help you stay stuck in your comfort zones, and charge you through the nose for just a whole bunch of bad advice is going to keep you heinously stuck, like extremely stuck in your life. I can make a whole series of videos on the things that therapists are doing now that are like actually maybe harmful to you. So maybe you should go find a coach. You know, I'm learning about some of these coaches, not all of them, certainly. Because I've met some coaches that were like, they're not on the level, but I've met plenty of therapists who weren't on the level either. Believe me, like, personal note, I have never been stabbed in the back in my life as badly as I've been stabbed in the back by other therapists. Like, I trusted people that I should never have trusted. I assumed because they were therapists that they had good intentions. I was dead wrong. Okay, so therapists will grandstand and say, "Oh, there are some bad coaches out there who are bad people." The same is true for therapist people. They don't have a monopoly on good people, not by a long shot. But what I'm finding with a lot of these coaches is like they're people who kind of understand life. They have gone through the nitty gritty. They're dedicated to their own growth, and they see that therapy isn't helping people grow. Therapy is not producing good human beings. Therapy is producing human beings who are just stuck. And so I personally don't blame anybody that wants to go to a coach rather than a therapist. A coach is going to address other areas of your life because life is very robust. Many, many, many areas of your life, right? Your relationships, your friendships, your physical health, your sleep, I was just like having good mental health and just being healthy in general. It's not just like, oh, how does that make you feel? Take your meds. Like, it's unreal. It drives me crazy. Anyways, but I might make a series of videos as why therapy is broken. This is part one. My name's Scott. If you're new here, subscribe. And I would imagine it's possible if anybody sees this video, because I don't get views worth a damn, but it's possible that my comment section will have people, because this is what usually happens to me on TikTok, right? People will drop their comments and say, I went to therapy, I spent a year, and that's all the therapist did. All they did was validate me and tell me to take medication. I got nowhere. My life is still a disaster. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.